Yeah, it's one of those things that you want to make sure that you're not getting too committed to any kind of like lower flushes or even straights are really obviously having a wrap is great and wonderful, but too early in the hand to get too committed to a straight is a little tough, especially when the board pairs or starts putting flushes out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say in PLO the worst thing you can do is flop a straight.
Yep.
Because you're just waiting to get snapped, but you're committed.
But rivering a straight sometimes isn't too so.
Yeah, well, rivering a straight, yeah, exactly. Like you say, if you, I'd much rather have a flop a full wrap with a multi-way pot, big pot than. J-Stack picking up pocket aces on his second hand of the night. 17 to call. He pops it up to 80. That is Texas Poker for you, folks. $80 pre-flop in a 1-3 game. It's only, what, about 23 big blinds?
That's that advanced math. I don't know if I can do that math that quick.
Yeah, I've noticed in Texas, it's an interesting thing. Most places around the country, people really think about, oh, that's, I made it 4X, I made it 5X, I made it this, that. I never hear anyone say that in Texas. It's like, I got aces, I make it 65 pre-flop. And I'm always thinking, well, that's 22 big blinds. That's a hell of a raise. But,
yeah, I think they really bet on their stack sizes more than anything else, If players are playing deep, they'll just increase them, the raises and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact this is the 1-3 game, most people at this table have $1,000 or more.
Right.
Most places 1-3, you're buying him for, 300 max. Some places a 500 max. So.
Yep. Yeah, definitely the 1-3s here play really deep. So. All right, looks like we got a bet of 135 from J-Stack. Mystery hand from Austin here.
Yeah, mystery hand gonna fire it up. Make it 300.
Unless that means there's a wild card. That could be that. Right, we got it all in.
All in, pocket aces.
Oh,
flop the set.
Ouch. Not what you're hoping to see there.
I was gonna guess threes, so.
So that's some outs though. See if we can get there.
Man.
Does not.
That'll do.
Yep. What looked like a promising start to the stream is turned a little bit of a different direction there for J-Stack.
All right, Albert's got Jack 9 of hearts. Not a good hand to fall in love with, but also not a terrible starter. He raised up to 16, and Brian's going to call with 6-5 suited. A lot of no-limit players love those suited connectors. They can be extremely dangerous, especially in position.
Yeah, you've got to be a really good player to play Jack 9 type of hands, especially, knowing that there's so many hands you can get kind of wrapped into something that you're either drawn to a worse draw or you really just kind of get committed to a top pair when you're getting crushed by a better kicker or something of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to really understand the game and the texture of each flop and know who you're playing against.
Right.
And here's Brian, perfect example. Albert flops middle pair, Brian flops flush draw. Got a bet to a quarter, raise to 80. Brian's going to put the pressure on him. It's also a smart move. A lot of times making that raise there, you'll get the call, but you'll get a free look at the river if the turn goes check, check.
Plus, it allows you to build a pot for you to get some more value when you do get there. So definitely like those raises with the draws on the flop for sure.
And he turns it right away. No waiting on that flush, but man, what a card. Gives Albert.
Yeah, that's definitely his money card right there.
Yeah, that's definitely the card Brian was looking for there. He bets Albert instant all-ins and instant call with the 6-5 of diamonds, which, hey, if you're going to play it there, you got to call.
Not the river he needed, so. Flush holds up. Not a bad start to the third hand here. Got plenty of action going on so far.
Yeah, really just the second hand of Hold'em, and we've had 2 all-ins, 2 big hands. A lot of these vloggers just throw up a video. They hope they get famous, and it's like, hard work does get rewarded pretty much everywhere.
Ooh, we got pocket aces from Aaron here.
Aaron, yeah, ace of hearts, eights of clubs. Aaron's had a couple hands tonight so far. Got to respect his game, though. He's raised a couple of times with, a pretty good variety, which I think is going to get him some action and possibly get him paid off here. Glove just called him with queen jack off. It's the kind of hand I like to muck in that spot, you know. So, but I think this might be a little bit of the early Aaron reputation coming into play. Albert with ace-5 suited. He might think he'll get another call. He could possibly call there. Brian, I'm not surprised, gets rid of the king-jack. He seems like a fairly astute player to me, Brian.
Yeah, so far, so good for him. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Yeah, 6-4 clubs. That's definitely one of the aces crackers, but
yeah,
probably won't get an opportunity to do it on this board, but we'll see.
That is absolutely a cracker. Yeah, right now, really the only thing he's looking at, I mean, obviously there are other ways you could win the hand, but the most viable thing is a 20-1 runner shot. So about 5%, exactly what it says. So.
Does pick up a gut shot there, so.
Yeah, you should have gone. He'll go up a couple percent there.
It's not over yet.
Got the gutter ball now, 4 outs. 4 outs running into the river.
Fortunately for Colby, there's not a lot of scare cards that can come to help him out if he does miss here, so he's going to pretty much have to hit his 5 to take this hand down.
4 outs on the flop would have been about 15-16% on the turn. You're always going to basically cut that in half whenever you're just relying on a gutter ball, and so you see him drop down to 7%. Actually, in this case, he went up because he was looking at the runner, but just a little poker math there for anybody that wants to know. If you're calling with a gut shot, you're about 15% on the flop, and you're going to drop down to about half of that amount on the turn. Aaron gets pretty creative. I'm sorry, not creative. He gets aggressive here. Bets 130. Colby, I'm assuming raised.
Yeah,
I actually can't see what he did, but yeah, if he's going to play here, I don't think he's going to just call. I'm going to guess that he's going to misread here on Aaron, put him on something like ace-king. He's going to represent an 8 or a big hand here. I don't expect Aaron to fold, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Aaron's going to raise here, though. He might just flat and see if he can get another bet at him on the river, but really be tough to put him on an 8 specifically. But I guess, you know, he could have it. If he's playing 6-4 clubs, there's no reason he can't have 8s here. So.
I was going to say a lot of it would depend on these players' history, how well they know each other. There are certain players that I would be thinking, oh, God, this idiot could have called with you know, 7-8, 5-8, I mean, almost anything. Wes Cutshall, for instance, could very easily have an 8 in a spot like this. And I'm not saying Wes is an idiot. I'm saying he's a creative player. A hand like 7-8 becomes very realistic in my mind. All in, call.
Yep. That's
Yeah, if he's gonna call the turn with the aces, he's gonna call that river with the aces
yeah,
as
at that
well.
point, all right, looks like we got a little action here. We got King Jack, Aaron King Jack here, flopping top pair against J Stacks 10 deuce of hearts. He picks up his flush in the turn. And J Stacks gonna check, hoping that Aaron puts a little bet out there for him, which he does. And J Stack just calls. Pretty safe card for J-Stack. And checks again on the river. That's pretty interesting. I'm surprised he didn't try to put a bet there. Represent like a missed flush or something. But and he gets another bet out of Aaron anyways, so.
$100. What do you think J-Stack makes it here? 300?
I'm thinking 250.
I definitely feel like a raise is coming.
So I've been putting a lot of thought into it, which might turn and actually hurt him a little bit.
Wow. $645 all in. It seems funny, but especially in Texas, I find myself overbetting pretty often in smaller games, like 1-3 games, because it's amazing how often I make that.
He
Yep,
gets the
there you go.
call. Wow,
there you
that
go.
was
That's
impressive.
exactly what I'm talking about. Amazing how often I make that $400 bet into a $150 pot, and someone calls. Hey, King King. We haven't seen that enough tonight.
I was gonna say we can't end the stream without at least one more pair of kings, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Albert, quick call, $20 with ace-10 suited. I'm surprised King King only made it 20 that early position, frankly. We have seen it firing up $50, $60, $80 early position and getting calls tonight. And it invites hands like 7-9 suited, known in certain parts of the Midwest as the Newman, into the pot. All right, Brian, he 3-bets to 85, though. He doesn't just call. And now I think we're going to see Austin take it on up, maybe 200, 2.25, somewhere in that vicinity. Oh, I was so close. 230's the raise.
Yeah, not too bad.
Albert ace-10 of clubs says, I was just joking, but Brian says, I didn't put 85 in there to fold. Let's see what happens. He's got what we sometimes call the Super Newman. Oh. It's the Newman suited. If we flop top pair, that can be dangerous here. If you just put Austin on something like ace-king, it could get nasty, but the way Austin played the hand, I definitely, if it were me, I'm going to put him on a probably 10s are better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Although as much as you've seen ace-king this stream,
he did put him on ace-king. Comes right back over the top. Austin actually has to respect a set somewhat here.
Yeah.
He immediately is asking if he has a set, but he apparently called all in. Asking if he has a set, but called all in.
And Brian's not totally dead though. He's got a lot of backdoor draws and speaking of one and two.
Brian, I was about to say they only ran it once, and that is in his best interest there actually. Albert with ace jack. A lot of times we see these last hands get really big. I was about to say, I could imagine Aaron racing here. He knows it's the last hand of the stream. Glove's getting in there. $44 with 3-4 off. Last hand of the stream. They want to see if somebody can take down a big pot. I want to see what Albert does here. Is that coach coming in? All right, 4 players in for 44 pre-flop.
Wow, look at that with glove.
So there's $176 plus whatever. Aaron flops a nut flush draw. Glove flops 3 3s, and Albert flops top pair, top stick. 2 pair, the jack and the ace, and Albert's going to step right in it against 2 hands that could definitely hurt him. Well, one hand that's absolutely got him dominated, another hand that could definitely hurt him. I think you'll definitely see Aaron at least call here. If he gets aggressive, it's going to open things up big time for Glove. If Aaron puts in a raise here to 300 or 400 to protect and try to get to the river, nope, just a call. I was going to say, if he puts it in, I think we'll see Glove put his whole stack. Put his whole stack anyway. Oh, I didn't realize he was that short. 270. Yeah, he's putting it in every time there. In fact, I think he's going to get probably 2 calls. Did I just hear all in? Wow.
That is true. Wow.
That is a big push from Albert. Putting a little squeeze, a little pressure on Aaron. Says, get out of the flop. Get out of this hand, please. So right now we got a $1,300 pot. Got to tell you, Glove is loving this all in from Albert here because if Aaron does have that flush draw, it may very well protect him. Really couldn't be a better situation for Glove, who rebought a couple times, hasn't had his best session probably, but this could be a nice bounce back pot for him for sure.
This flush draw should call here. I don't know about that.
Yeah, Daniel Golden not the author, I assume. Says flush draws should call here. Daniel Golden, author of Lord of the Flies. It's a very Lord of the Flies thing to say that the flush draw should call here. Run it 12 times is called. So Glove has 268, 246, 612, 18, 816, 24.
We've got a pot.
Yeah, 804 plus whatever was in there pre-flop. I think it was 144. So there's about 1,000 in that main pot.
3-4 is gonna hold there.
Wow.
As well as the ace jack for the side pot.
That's a heck of a good side pot for just ace jack there.
Yeah.
But boy, Glove's gonna love it. He's good little come up for him. About $1,000 pot. Should be about $990.
It's a good way to end the final hand, right? Bunch of big action pots, side pots, and three-way all in.
Final hand of the stream, three-way all in.
We appreciate you guys sticking with us to the end, and hopefully we'll be back on here shortly. And sooner than later, we'll be on here with a Dallas version of TCH Live.
480 people watching. We got 195 thumbs up. Victor, are you satisfied? That's the real question.
More than, I can say, by a long shot.
Awesome.
Appreciate you
Fantastic.
guys.
Thank you guys so much, and we look forward to coming back to you again in the near future. Have a great night.
Take care, guys.
Keep playing.